Hello and thanks for joining me from sunny North Queensland. So whilst we might technically have moved from summer months into autumn, we're still seeing a lot of tropical weather activity, of course, across the Great Barrier Reef and actually the more southern extents of the state. That's dominated, of course, by Tropical Cyclone Alfred, and we're certainly thinking of the communities down there that are currently preparing for Tropical Cyclone Alfred's arrival. Over the course of the last few days, we've certainly seen the track of Tropical Cyclone Alfred mean that's brought wind and significant wave conditions to some of the outer areas of the eastern part of the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park, and we'll certainly be looking to see whether there's any consequence of that in the surveys that are done in those areas in the coming months. Most of what we've been looking at in the past couple of weeks has actually been the consequences of the previous low pressure system in terms of the flood plume activity that had occurred between Cairns and all the way down to Mackay, so about a 700-metre stretch of the Great Barrier Reef catchments, with the resulting flood plumes from the major amounts of rainfall extending to the inshore, midshelf and in some cases outer shelf parts of the Great Barrier Reef. Of course, those plumes give us an idea of the extent of the freshwater intrusion into the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park. It will remain to be seen from the in-water surveys as to what the consequences are for the habitats that are found in those areas, the coral reefs, the seagrass meadows and the like, and all the things that live there. And we'll be picking that up through with our partners from the Marine Monitoring Program as they complete their surveys over the coming year. We're still seeing temperatures that are above the long-term averages across most of the reef, although those are expected to come down as we move further into the autumn months. Those temperatures may have resulted in some effects particularly in the far northern and northern areas, and coupled with the flood plumes, we're actually working with our partners now to conduct a series of aerial surveys. Those will go up into the far northern and northern areas next week to give us an idea of any visible impacts, particularly on the coral reef communities that can be seen from the air. What's been seen in some of their surveys over the past week or so is actually some low-level coral bleaching in some areas of the marine park, probably consistent with temperature and to some extent some of the flood activity, as well as some more moderate bleaching in some of the northern parts of the marine park. At the moment, this is only from a number of sites, and again, that's part of the picture that we draw together each summer to help us understand what's going on. So as I said, this combined picture is what we look at each year, and we will be bringing together into our reef snapshot, which gives us a summary of what's happened during the summer months that we'll be looking to collate over the coming weeks and then sharing with everyone. In the meantime, please feel free to provide information through the Eye on the Reef app of what you see out there. Enjoy the marine park safely and responsibly. Thank you for your attention.